I've never wanted to give up. Quit is not in my vocabulary, and it never has been. My dad was an Army Airborne Ranger, and since the time I could walk, I was allowed to do anything but quit. Puking's okay, crawling's okay, bleeding's okay, pain is okay, but quitting is never, ever okay. Ever. There was one point when the accident first occurred, and I kind of went into shock, and I laid down on the concrete floor, and I got tired, and I told myself, if you go to sleep, you're going to die. So I got up off the floor and I walked to the ambulance. To come to the conclusion to cut my arm off was pretty simple for me, and I came to the conclusion a lot faster than everybody else wanted me to. So I didn't really wrestle with it, but I wrestled with everybody else's reaction to it. When they told me that they would have to lock my elbow in a locked position, and I would have almost zero mobility in my hand and be in constant pain for the rest of my life, I was like, screw this. I got stuff to do. Cut it off. It's only going to slow me down. My family dynamic is much different now because I have a better appreciation for things. I'm much more patient. I'm much more kind. And I understand people better. I stopped living my life like I'm the most important guy in the room. And now I live my life like everybody else is more important than me. This has absolutely been a blessing in disguise because this is part of my training. I've always been a halfway decent guy, but there was somewhere I needed to be mentally and emotionally and physically that I couldn't go without this. I couldn't go there without this. And God has bigger plans for me than what I had for myself. I think they were concerned after the accident, but my kids are very strong. My daughter went through a lot when she was born. And my son, I've raised him to be a warrior, a savage, the same way that I am, because the only way you're going to break through obstacles and people telling you no, you can't have something or no, you can't do something is to not believe them. Marianne's part in all of this is that she's the first person to ever have my back, like ride or die, period. She didn't miss a single day in the hospital. She visited me every single day, and anything I asked her, she did, including wipe my butt and bathe me and feed me until I learned how to do those things myself. She still ties my shoes. My son acted weird the first time he saw me after the amputation for about 30 seconds. And then I got down on his level and I showed him my nub and I let him touch it, and then we went on, and that was it. And he's been making fun of it ever since. He runs around, he puts his arm in his sleeve and leaves his elbow out and runs around because he thinks I'm Superman. My daughter, Mackenzie, she was born without a heartbeat, without breathing, with brain damage. Every day is hard for her, but she gets up every day and she does it. And looking back now, hindsight being 20/20 and everything being relative, I now have a basis for comparison, and the guy I was before, I'm really glad I'm not that guy anymore. My ultimate goal in all of this is for someday, even if it's only one kid, I want somebody to look at me and say, because of you, I didn't quit. If I had to talk to a little kid, or talk to anyone for that matter, about losing a limb, it's not the end of the world. You're going to make it. It's going to be hard, but you can do this. Life is hard. If it were easy, everyone would do it.